Time to talk about one of my pet peeves, and I know it's a pet peeve of my friend Jamie Bodie. That is last call at weddings. How do you do it? When do you do it? Why do you do it? Here's the short answer for me. Unless, gun to head, I'm not doing a last call at a wedding. There's no reason to do a last call at a wedding. It's a silly habit they bring over from, bartending. There's no real reason to do it. And to do a last call when you're trying to have a finale is really disruptive. Most places just do it out of habit. So how do you get out of it? Well, there's a whole bunch of things you can do. You don't want to be that jerk DJ who goes, I don't do last call. You're just going to get kicked off of the list. So for me, the most common thing that I did is I would just smile and go, yeah, absolutely. End of story. I didn't make the last call, but I said, sure, you bet, I'll do that. 99% of the time, that solves the issue. Nothing even comes up again. But occasionally, they would come over and say, hey, did you do the last call? And I would go, yeah. Oh, can you do it again? Sure. And then either I don't do it, or if I did it in the highlight of a song. Everything's just tearing it up, and I'm like, I'm like, as we get to this last few minutes, it's like, Jim and Susie, last call at the bar, they've been having a great wedding, right? So you don't have to do last call. It's stupid. Know it in advance. You're not going to, in the moment, you are never going to change the mind of some foolish venue coordinator or bartender or whoever, coordinator, whoever is foolish enough to say, let's do last call. It also should be addressed during your planning when you talk about the end of the evening and talk to the clients about it. And, once I got them on board that they didn't want to do a last call, there were a couple of venues that I knew that always wanted to do last call. And I would say, your venue is going to really insist that you do a last call. Here's why I don't think you should. And then I would tell them. And they would go, yeah, I don't want to do last call. And I go, okay, so what you have to do is you have to tell the venue, please don't tell them I said it. I don't want to get kicked off the referral list. But just say, by the way, we don't have to do a last call, do we? Oh, yeah, we always do a last call. But why? Well, we always do. It's like, I don't want to do last call. Just leave it out. And generally they would. So that same logic, by the way, applies to virtually any stupid announcement people want to make. You just nod your head and you go, yeah, you betcha. And then you don't do it, right? So there are some things that I would rather not announce that really do need to be announced. I mean, sometimes there's, buses that are leaving from an event and people have to get on the buses because there is no other way home. And so there's some things around that. But again, I'm dealing with the client with that in advance. And I'm explaining to them, if you're going to do this, here's some things you have to look at and do it right. Lost and found and all the, goofy little announcements. Generally speaking, hey, can you announce for the best man to come to the head table? I will go, you bet. And then I would go get the best man and say, hey, they want you at the head table. Right? So it's easier sometimes just to not. It's like when somebody says, hey, can you play this request? And they're drunk as a skunk. And you go, dude, I just played it for a few minutes ago. Didn't you hear? Were you at the bar or something? Especially if the bar's out of the room. So there's ways to deal with that stuff. Hope those help.